Hi, I'm Joe Reed, and this is Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. Emily Connelly is my co pilot for the week, and we are flying into the world of fantasy. Hello, Emily.
Hi, Joe. Today's audiobook is brand new. It's called Water Moon, and it's by Samantha Sotto Yambao, and it's read by Cindy Kay, who we both love to hear her audiobooks, and she doesn't disappoint here. She does a beautiful job.
Now, she did the Noodle Shop mysteries, which are it's just so much fun.
Yes, she's done a number of great fantasy and some great kids' books that I really
Hmm.
enjoy. When I saw she was narrating this, I knew I had to listen to it. And it's an intriguing fantasy story. It's set in a world that's adjacent to ours. The only way to get between those two worlds is through a pawn shop. And if you go to that pawn shop, you don't ever go there intentionally. You think you're going to a ramen restaurant, and when you open the door, it happens to be a pawn shop.
Okay, wait. We got to back up for a second because I have questions already. First, where is this set?
Sure. Well, the doorway is in Tokyo.
Okay. Second, can anybody walking by that ramen shop open the door and find a pawn shop, or is it only the chosen few?
It could be anyone. I think
Okay.
it's not entirely explained who goes, but I think it's usually someone who has something they really regret, a choice that they made that they maybe have a lot of regret for.
Oh, that's the world.
What they can pawn away there is they can pawn away that choice or that regret to the pawn shop where you can see it as a little bird that's come out of their body, is put in a little cage, and then it goes off somewhere else later on. You find out more about what the whole deal is. So there are these choices that people are pawning away in exchange for some tea that will give them really a lot of satisfaction.
I just love this premise.
I know, it's really fascinating. And it's really, I think it has a good mix of like this dreamy, what is going on in this world? People are traveling through puddles. You can move through time by folding origami. At one point, there's flying on origami cranes. It's so beautiful to read about, but it's also really dangerous because at the very beginning, the main character, Hana, is waking up on the morning where she's supposed to inherit the pawn shop from her father. It's been in her family for generations. But when she wakes up, she finds that it's been ransacked and he's gone. And so is one of those choices, those little birds. And she's worried because that does not bode well for her or for him. So she sets out to try to find him. And there just so happens to be someone on the other side of the door who comes in who offers his help, which, usually people coming there are just trying to get rid of their choices, but he offers to help her. And so he goes on this whole giant adventure throughout her world with her. So Cindy Kay is so good at making this fantasy world feel so alive.
I'm not a fantasy person per se, but fantasies, books that have world building with worlds that are just adjacent to ours, I am fascinated by because it always leaves me feeling if I turn the corner at a certain time, that world can come into
Mhm.
view. If you open the closet door at a particular moment, you can walk into another world. I love those adjacent things and walk into a world that's fairly similar. I'll know how to navigate it even though it'll be different.
And this one is pretty different. As you listen, you'll find out more, and it definitely has some darker secrets that you discover as you keep going through the book.
Should we listen to an excerpt?
Yes, let's hear.
Okay. This is Water Moon by Samantha Sotto Yambao, and it's read by Cindy Kay.
Hana was little more than a year old when she learned to walk on the shop's dark wooden floors, and every step she had taken since then had been toward taking over the shop when her father retired. He was a widower, and she was his only heir. The pawn shop was her life's path, her singular purpose, her ikigai. But not once, in all the time that she had played as a toddler at her father's feet, or worked by his side as a young woman, had any of their clients bothered to inquire what the pawn shop's name was. They had far more urgent questions darting behind their eyes when Toshio welcomed them with a polite bow. The first was almost always about where they were, and the second about how they had gotten there. After all, no one expected to find a pawn shop behind a ramen restaurant's door.
Cindy Kay has just the right tone for this.
Oh, I
She
agree.
sounds very modern.
And very invested in telling us this
Yeah.
fascinating story.
I really well, I like her too. I think she's just wonderful. Um, and I'm already
Yes.
entranced by the premise. So, yes, I will be listening to this, and it came out today.
Yep, brand new, so jump on it.
Brand new. You're very timely, Emily.
I try.
Well, that was Water Moon by Samantha Sotto Yambao, and it's read by Cindy Kay. Thank you so much for suggesting this. I really count on you for those fantasies that I do listen to. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is Behind the Mic with AudioFile Magazine. I'm Jo Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.